on Pham. Should he reach Canario at bat? Alexander Canario, who homered off of Abbott in the fifth. Ian Gibault for the Reds.
Alrighty, so we're inside of Walmart right now. It's been a while since I've been up here, and it is Saturday, and that usually means, well, we're in the new release section. They don't really put, because all the new releases are getting pushed down for Tuesday's new releases. And so on that front, probably not going to find anything, but hey, we can go ahead and take a look anyway. Who knows, maybe this new stuff's out there already, but I doubt it. But we're going to find out in just a little bit here. And I think that answers my question. Yeah, they're getting ready for everything next week. It's my first time seeing Mufasa the Lion King out in public, regular Blu-ray. I have a copy already, I'll show you that in just a second. Mufasa the Lion King 3 movie collection for $30. Pretty neat. There's one of the new releases from a couple weeks ago, Flight Risk. Got Dogman, Complete Unknown, the Moana movies. And there's Moana 2. There's One of Them Days, the DVD. I got the Blu-ray for that. As we go around the corner here. Alien, Kill Bill, Nosferatu, Love Hurts. That movie hurt watching it, especially since I like these two actors, Q Kwan and Ariana DeBose. We have Companion, the DVD, which I could wait for the Blu-ray for that, which is probably what I'm going to do, but I really want to see this one. And then there's Wolfman. Let's see what else we got. I really don't think there's a whole lot left. I don't think they really changed out much over here. Nah, it looks like a lot of the same stuff they had before. Still got the 80s display here. Well, not 80s, retro stuff here. Is there anything else here I really want? Because I already got that in the Jimmy Stewart collection. Could get Somewhere in Time. American Graffiti, The Birds. Rock Hudson collection. You have a Random Training Day Blu-ray here for $4.47. I already got that movie, so I don't really need it, but again, it is only $4.47, so at the very least, I could probably sell it. So maybe I'll hold on to that one. And you know what? Since there isn't anything else here, that might be tempting, especially considering it's the last copy. Want to know how you know when you have way too many movies in your goddamn collection? When you realize that you bought this when this came out back in 2021 and didn't realize it until it was too late and you already opened it up, so... Bottom line, I have another copy of this, so, on my car it is. Actually, that's not a bad three-movie deal. Coal Miner's Daughter, Mask, Somewhere in Time. Only $5? Might be tempting. And just like that, we're back from Walmart. A quick trip out to Walmart in particular. But you saw that I grabbed some stuff here. I even grabbed some stuff that you might have missed out on. I went back over just before I left, and I figured, you know what? What the hell? I'll get a couple more titles here, and that will add to several titles I got this week. Most of this was stuff I ordered last week, but it just came this week, so there's going to be a lot of new movies here, and we'll, of course, have an update on the continuation of me showing off all my DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm about to go into another section of my collection here in just a little bit, so stick around for that at the end. But let's start with the stuff I picked up at Walmart, and one of the first things I noticed, and I was, toy boat. I really wasn't going to pick this one up because I didn't need it. I had a copy of it on DVD and Blu-ray, and I bought the 4K set when it came out a couple years ago for Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary. So I didn't need to get this, and I'm not going to keep this for myself, but I figured, you know what? It's still wrapped up in the packaging. It's worth money. What the hell? I'll get the Trading Day Blu-ray. This was only $4.47. Yeah, $4.47. I got my receipt right here, but I figured, you know what? Did I need to pick it up? No, not really. But like I said, it's worth money. It's still brand new in the packaging, and I put it up on Mercari. Hopefully I can get at least double my money back, $10 for it at the most, at the very least. But anyway, yeah, Trading Day is a great movie. But like I said, I already have this on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K, so I didn't need to get this. But saw it there for $4.47. I figured, you know what the hell, I'll get it to sell. So, and believe it or not, it's my only Blu-ray pickup of something that I'm actually going to give, isn't actually giving away here. But let's take a look at the new stuff I grabbed here, the new releases and newish releases, if you will. But I figured why not get this? I mean, it was the last copy. Did I need this? No, not really. But I love the original one so much, and I actually do like the remakes of this. Of course, I'm talking about the Lion King 3-movie collection, which has the original Lion King, the 2019 remake, and also Mufasa the Lion King, the one that just came out, which, yeah, I really didn't need this, but I kind of wanted it. It was only $30. I'm basically getting all 3 of these movies for $10 each, especially this one that just came out a few months ago. But you're probably wondering, why didn't I just get the 4K version of it, or the Steelbook edition? Stay tuned. I'll just say that. But yeah, for $30, I figured why not get these? I like all these movies. The classic, the first one will never be topped. I'm one of the people that didn't hate the remake, and I actually did like Mufasa the Lion King. I thought it was a much better movie than this one was. But yeah, for $30, I figured why not grab this, just because. So next up, I grabbed Somewhere in Time. I'm actually getting into the newer stuff. Actually no, I did. I'll show you this in just a second here, but I grabbed the Somewhere in Time Vintage Art Series, but confidentially, yeah, I kind of snuck in the 3-movie collection that has Somewhere in Time, Mask, and Coal Miner's Daughter. And if I had bought the regular DVD of this, I would have only been paying for Somewhere in Time for $7. This was only $5 for all 3 movies. I shouldn't be doing this, but I really don't think they make a big deal out of it unless that you're literally stealing the movie from them. I did the same thing a couple months ago with Little Shop of Horrors, and nobody ever seemed to mind it per se. I almost dropped it for a second, but I grabbed the Coal Miner's Daughter, Mask, and Somewhere in Time set. Movies I don't have. Movies I've actually been wanting to see. I've wanted to see Coal Miner's Daughter, and Somewhere in Time, and The Mask. I've heard all 3 of them are really good, so I figured get that. But yeah, I know I shouldn't have done this, but I don't know. Like, nobody's ever given me a hard time for it before. And until the day comes, I mean, watch, it's going to happen the next time I go up there. But then the last thing I picked up, which is something I showed off, I said I was going to wait until I got can find it on Blu-ray. But I figured, you know what? I want to see this movie. I hadn't seen it yet. I picked up Companion. Get the glare out of here. There we go. I got Companion on DVD, which, yeah, I could have waited. I should have waited. I wanted to wait for the Blu-ray, but I figured it's there. I've heard so many good things about this movie, and it kind of came and went at the theaters, and figured why not go and see it. This is made by the same people that made Barbarian, which is yet to receive a physical media release. I don't know when that's going to happen, but so I grabbed this movie. It was only $18 too. And plus it was a movie I wanted to see. Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but can't wait to check that one out. So there you go. Those are my 4 pickups from Walmart today. Now let's go ahead and show off the huge amount of movies I got over the course of the week. And I do mean a lot of titles. I mean, just here's a little sneak preview so you can get an idea of what I have here. Yeah, that's more movies than I've gotten in a long, long time. But this is stuff I mostly pre-ordered and stuff that I got over 2 weeks ago, but it just finally came in the mail this week. So let's dive into this puppy. Let's start off with the stuff here. A couple things here first from Amazon. Just some stuff. I got a gift card last past week, and I figured, you know what? I've got some extra cash. I'll go ahead and use it on some of the stuff that I've been wanting off my wish list. And Rugrats Season 2 was calling me. The remake of the reboot of the Rugrats series for only $9. This is a 3-disc set featuring every episode from the 2nd season on DVD for only $9. Couldn't pass that up. Completing that collection there. The Rugrats, the reboot, which is not a bad show overall. Then I have my favorite show of 2023. I've been wanting to get this DVD for a long, long time, and I was just waiting for it to come down in price and actually find it in public, which I never did, but My Adventures with Superman. Fantastic, fantastic show. 2nd season was great. Can't wait for that to come out. It was only $14 on Amazon, so I mean, it's just too good of a deal to pass up on. So I grabbed that. So those are the two DVDs I have here, and from Amazon. There's going to be more in just a little bit here, but let's get to some of the big new releases from the past 2 weeks, and that is where's Mufasa the Lion King on 4K? There you go, Mufasa the Lion King on 4K, the nice looking steelbook. And I did like this movie. I actually think it's a better version than the 2019 remake, which this is the steelbook for that. Yeah, it's basically a rehashing of the first movie, but still not as bad as some of the worst ones Disney has done. And they've done a lot of bad ones. But then again, I'm a defender of these live-action remakes. They're basically cover songs. They're never going to take away the original animated movie. And I did like this one a lot. I thought it was a very good movie. I thought it was a fun movie overall. It's definitely a much better film than the remake is. So yeah, I'm glad to have both of these in my collection. And the steelbook, glad I got it when I did, because I couldn't find it. As you saw, I couldn't find it in the stores. So yeah, and as we continue on, back to some of the Amazon titles I have here, just some more movies that I really wanted to get in my collection. I got the Blu-ray for Rover Dangerfield, classic childhood movie from the 90s. I have a DVD version from the Warner Archive, but Blu-ray for it came out a couple of years ago, and I figure get it while it's there. It was only like, I think $9 if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, classic movie, Rodney Dangerfield, just good, fun, nostalgic trip. Just a really, really fun movie. And you also get a couple of Looney Tunes cartoons on the back of here, too, on Blu-ray. So that's always a win. And then the last of the Blu-rays that I have from Amazon is Cyber 6, the complete series, which, you don't remember the show. It very briefly aired on Fox Kids for about a season in 2000. It was always on after Digimon, and I used to watch Fox Kids all the time. And, never watched the show in general, but I came around to it later on down the road, and it's a real interesting show. It's a really interesting show in general. Kind of like an equivalent to maybe what's the best way to describe this show? I'm trying to think, but it's a very unique show in terms of the animation. It looks incredible, and on Blu-ray, this thing's got to look amazing. And that's the voice of Spike from My Little Pony as the voice of the main character, who Kathy Westluck, I think her name is. But that's one of the interesting things about the show, and just the concept overall. The show itself, story-wise, was nothing that spectacular, but the animation was so good, and I can't imagine that this thing's not going to look amazing on Blu-ray when I get a chance to watch it. But something I've been wanting to get for a long time. Discotech put this out. They also put out the Digimon series on Blu-ray. So, good company overall, and glad to see they put this out there. So, those are the Amazon pickups. And then this one here, I went into Barnes & Noble last week during the Comic-Con looking for this. And they said they had it in the stores. And yet, when I went in there, wasn't there, unfortunately. But, they had it, but they had it on hold for somebody. And it's just like, man. So I immediately went online. I went to this website I thought was kind of sketchy at first, because I thought this was the same company that tried to sell me the Venture Brothers set for $13 a couple of years ago. But this is not them, and I know that because this thing actually is legitimate. That website was not. But I finally have the Zaz collection, Abrams Zucker collection, which has Airplane, The Naked Gun, and more importantly, Top Secret right there. And I don't have Top Secret on Blu-ray or DVD, and it's a movie I really like, and yet I don't have a physical copy of it. And rest in peace, Val Kilmer. But this is a weird looking set right here. Like, Frank Drebin doesn't have the gun; he's got a banana. Why? It's like that on the back too. Like, if I take the J card off, I want to be careful with that. But like, look. Like, why has he got a banana? I mean, he's got a gun right there on the back there, but you have a booklet and posters in here, plus you get the 4K and the DVD. This is a set I've been wanting to get for a long time. I just could never find it in stores, and when I thought I was at Barnes & Noble, I was just so excited, and then no, it just wasn't there. So I have it now. I got it off a line, and it wasn't inexpensive. It was not. It was inexpensive, so it didn't cost me a whole lot. But so there is that. So I guess the last thing I have here are the other 3 new releases from the week Mufasa came out, and also Companion. I found these off of eBay, and mostly, I don't think all these came from eBay, but all of them were mostly brand new except for one. I'll show you that in just a second. But I got One of Them Days, really, really good movie, one of my favorite movies of the year so far. With Keke Palmer and SZA, kind of like a new version of Friday. Really, really funny movie. Definitely one you want to check out. Another one of my favorite movies of the year, Dogman. This is the one that came open because the digital code is not in here, and that's okay. I don't really need digital code. As long as I got a physical copy of this, I'm fine because, man, I love the hell out of this movie. I'm not even a big Dogman fan, but this was such a good movie, a good fun movie. And then last but not least, I got Timothée Chalamet in A Complete Unknown. Great movie, great return to form for James Mangold. Really, really good movie. I really enjoyed this one a lot. One of my favorite films from last year. Terrific, terrific film. If he had won the Academy Award over Adrian Brody, I really wouldn't have minded. I really thought he was going to get it, but I liked Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. I finally just got to watch it, and yeah, it's definitely worth it. He definitely deserved to win that Oscar, So there you go. That's the set of movies I have here. That's all the new stuff I got in the last 2 weeks. So, let's go ahead and delve back into the DVD collection. So, continuing on with my collection from the last time we met, here's all the Back to the Future movies I have, all the different versions of Back to the Future that I have. I have a massive Back to the Future collection, which I've shown off before in a multiplicity video, so if you want to go check that out, it'll be right in the corner. But here's the Universal 100th Anniversary Edition of Back to the Future. Now, this isn't all of them. They're spattered all throughout the house, and we'll eventually get to them in due time. But there's the Universal 100th Anniversary Edition with a nice slipcover. Here's the retro Walmart 80s version of Back to the Future. It's one of my favorite movie series of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time. Here's Back to the Future, a steelbook, which I believe this is from... It's from, I don't know where this is from, actually, but it's an international Blu-ray, but there's I think it's the original film, too. I don't think it's any of the other ones. Could be wrong on that. Okay, I just took a look, and it is the first movie only, and you can see it's double sealed, like it's my steelbook protector plus the plastic packaging that it came in, but hey, double protection. The Target Back to the Future Anniversary Trilogy set. In fact, I actually think I got this at Walmart when they started putting these out. The original Back to the Future The Complete Trilogy set. I actually had this set back in the day, but then I sold it off, and I found this dirt cheap at I think online on Macari, actually, I found this one. Plus, it's got the sticker on there. So that's the first ever edition of Back to the Future that ever came out. More steelbooks. Back to the Future Part 3. Back to the Future Part 2. Another Back to the Future steelbook with a different slip cut with a different front. A DVD steelbook of the Back to the Future trilogy. This, I believe, is from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's it, or it might be German. Let's see. Should be here. Yeah, UK. And this, of course, has all 4 movies on DVD, plus the bonus features, which probably does not work on my PS4. Although I think I heard PS4s can actually play international discs, but I have not tried it out, so nor did I need to. But I wanted to get that. That was a cool-looking set. Here's the glow-in-the-dark edition from Walmart. Here's another Walmart edition, the Vintage Travel Series Collection. Welcome to Hill Valley. And then, finally, the Target edition, which includes the collectible levitating hoverboard replica, as well as the Blu-ray of all the movies. Which I wonder if they're going to do anything for the 40th anniversary. It'd be great to see these in theaters again. If that happens, I'm there opening weekend. But there we go. There's all my Back to the Futures as of now. Which, like I said, we're going to get to a lot more of these as we move along here. Yeah, they're all spattered throughout the house. So we will get to more of them. Do not worry. This is not the end of the Back to the Future sets you're going to see in this house. Another one of my favorite movies of all time, the original release of Batman Mask of the Phantasm on DVD. Another one you'll see all over the place in this house. But that's the original release of the movie. It's a standard version. Saturday Night Live, the best of seasons 1 through 5, the early years. This is a Time Life release. One of a couple they put out. The other one, the music set, which I've not been able to get, nor do I really feel the urge to get it. But again, I might have it. I just don't know about it, considering what's been going on recently. But I have the regular seasons of SNL, which we'll see later on in the collection. One of the many Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood sets. This includes the Kindness Collection, 30 classic episodes from 1979 to 1991. Now, this was an eBay purchase. The last Steelers game for Ben Roethlisberger at Heinz Field, when the Cleveland Browns lost to the Steelers 26-14. And of course, I made this cover with the "Thank You, Ben." I made this off of the internet. And then if you open it up inside of here, someone just taped the Monday Night Football game and just gave it to me on DVDs. And I have a half-price books thing in here from December 2022, from 2022. But there is all the parts of the game. I think that's one disc, and then disc 2 is right there. And at this point, the Steelers could use you back, Ben. I know I've said some bad things about you, but trust me, if they get getting Aaron Rodgers, it would be even worse than having him than the current situation the Steelers are in right now. Like I said it before, I really wouldn't want to see him back after everything that's been going on in the last couple of years with the team. But Ted Thunder Buddies collection, another one of the vintage travel series set, Boston, a wicked awesome place. Yet another one you'll see many copies of. And then finally, the Matrix 4-film Deja Vu collection, which I only got because it was cheap on Macari. I think it was only like $15. And it does include the latest Matrix movie, which after the first one, you might as well just skip it. But it's a nice looking slipcover overall. Like I think I bought it mostly because of the slipcover. It's just a really, really cool set. Now, the bad news is I have all the Matrix movies, but really I just want the first one in general. Ren and Stimpy, the almost complete series. This is the latest set. I have the older set downstairs, but this is the newest set that just came out a couple of years ago, 2022. Walmart slipcovers again, retro VHS covers for Young Guns, which I did not have on DVD, so this is my only copy of that. Meatballs, classic Bill Murray movie with Ivan Reitman directing it. Actually the first film he directed, if I'm not mistaken. Main film, because he did Cannibal Ghost before that. And then you got to have your John Wick retro VHS tape. Then another DVD steelbook for Live Free or Die Hard. This is the 2-disc set, so you get both the 2-disc sets here. And I got this when we had Cash and Culture in Monroeville for only $6, so that was a good deal on that. The Orville Season 2. I've got Season 1 in the house somewhere, but great show overall. Very different from what Seth MacFarlane is used to doing. And last but not least, this stack right here, Celebrity Deathmatch, the Knockout Collection. Of course, I used to love Celebrity Deathmatch. But, yeah, you get several episodes from the show here. Really, really fun show. Legal Eagles, a very underrated Ivan Reitman movie with Robert Redford, Deborah Winger, and Daryl Hannah. He did this after Ghostbusters, it's really weird. Like, you go from the high concept of Ghostbusters, and then you make a movie like this, and it's granted not as good as Ghostbusters, but it's a very interesting movie to say the least. And again, $6, couldn't pass up on that. Here's another Mr. Rogers collection. Mr. Rogers Meets New Friends. So there's that. Found this at a resale shop. 4-movie collection with The Bodyguard, Rumor Has It, The Upside of Anger, and Tin Cup. For anyone who thinks I hate Kevin Costner. There you go. I have 4 of his really good movies on here. And these are some pretty good movies. Upside of Anger is really damn good. Annie Live, one of the few NBC live musicals they did back in the day that I actually really, really enjoyed. And I actually like the Annie 2014 remake, too. Season 12 of SpongeBob SquarePants. The John Wayne Collection from Paramount. This has a bunch of classic movies, including The Sons of Katie Elder, True Grit, El Dorado, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, McClintock. Just a bunch of classic John Wayne movies on this collection. Really cool to see that there. And I was wondering what happened to this, because I couldn't find it when I got the Universal set. But I have that downstairs, so good to know where that's at. The Jerry Lewis 20 film collection, another Paramount release. Paramount releasing all these classic movies in this big box set. You get classics like The Family Jewels, of course, The Nutty Professor, The Stooge, The Bellboy. I mean, just, excuse me, great stuff there. Drunk History, the complete series. What a fun show this is. So ridiculous, so over the top, but God, it's brilliant. It's brilliantly funny comedy from Comedy Central. Really good show. I couldn't believe they actually put a complete series set out of this. I was really surprised by that. And then last but not least, we have Designated Survivor, the Kiefer Sutherland show, which I actually did kind of enjoy. I thought it was actually a really good show. Moved to Netflix halfway through. And they put this big box set out, and I couldn't pass it up. It was a really, really fun show. Definitely worth checking out there. So that's going to be it for this little collection for today. The latest update that I have here. You see the stack of movies I have here. And yeah, I know that wasn't as big of an update as the last one I did, but I'm kind of on a time stretch here because I have to put together my 20th anniversary special for talking about the movies, which I already recorded the footage of earlier today, and that's going to be coming up tomorrow, so check that out here on the channel. But we will definitely continue into my DVD and Blu-ray collection in the weeks and months to come. Like I said, this is going to take a while to get through all of them, so please bear with me on this. My goal is to show off everything I have in the collection, so with all of that said, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and then check out the previous episodes I've done. So, with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.